And the whole thing, Nikki, the whole idea of this, the whole Rwanda scheme, all of this is built on a premise that immigration is bad. Right, the whole idea, the whole trying to get, win votes on this only works if you start from the premise that immigration is a bad thing and that we shouldn't have it and that we need to reduce it and that we need to stop people coming here.
1.2 million, I think it was net immigration over the last couple of years.
Which includes students, by the way. So
many of whom don't go back and bring their families.
And many who do go back, and when they do go back, they're much more likely to, when they become successful and get jobs in other countries, they're much more likely to do things like invest in the UK. I mean, the proof is there that if you spend some time in your formative years in a country, you're more likely to keep up links with that country and invest in that country and use companies in that.
Would an independent Scotland have a cap on immigration?
No.
We've got lots more to discuss. 08085 909 693, text 85058. Kirsty, you got them going, actually, on the texts when I asked you if the SNP would have a cap on immigration in an independent Scotland, and you said no. A couple of these. Kirsty has, in one word, lost my vote for Scottish independence. How can you go into the future saying there will never be a cap on immigration? That's Tom in Perthshire. And this one, your SNP spokesperson states no immigration cap for an independent Scotland. Is she aware that Scotland has an open border with the UK? What efforts will the SNP make to secure England's borders? That's an interesting question, Kirsty.
I mean, there's not an immigration cap here. And, when there was a requirement for the Tories to try and keep immigration down to 100,000, I saw so many people in my surgeries, so many people who had come here legally and were trying to get through the system being refused for the stupidest of reasons. People who were being deported because they had done a tax return and then in a completely legal and totally acceptable way changed that tax return because something about their income had changed from the previous year, being told actually you are being deported under terrorism legislation because you've changed your tax return. All of these things were incredibly stupid.
But if you have no cap on immigration...
Looking into the future, what Scotland has had, and I remember one of the first political things that I ever remember was Jack McConnell in the run-up to 2000 saying Scotland's population was going to fall below 5 million and how worrying this was. And it's only immigration that has saved us from this. It's only immigration that has meant that our population has not dropped. Historically, Scotland's population has been lower and grown at a lower rate than the UK's population. We need people to come to Scotland.
But no cap.
And the people that are coming to Scotland are making an incredibly positive benefit. You need an immigration system, absolutely. You need people to fulfil requirements in order to be there. But you don't need a cap because it's an arbitrary number that encourages governments and particularly UKVI, for example, to take decisions to deport people for really, really spurious reasons. I think a cap is incredibly arbitrary. I think you can have systems in place that ensure that you encourage the immigration that you want and discourage the immigration that doesn't provide any benefit to the country.